Hi everyone, this is Killshot99 Gaming. This is History of the Walking Dead, Best Scenes Ever Made, Part 2. We jumped into this last week. We had a fantastic time. Brought back a lot of nostalgia, memories. We kind of revisited The Walking Dead. I know sometimes when there's characters that are gone, Maggie being one of those, people, they forget all those moments in the very beginning. And last week we kind of ended it with Teddy Bear Girl being number one. Ron Burgundy Moore already getting the hype. So I think Ron kind of know what's in store. We also are going to do, I only have 6 packs available, some new items out there. If you guys don't know what PDL is, Play Dead Live, it is our game that we play every Friday night. Has gear, has inventory. Some of the videos, we do some pack openings. So super chats all this week are going to go towards Saturday, unless it's the first 6 tonight. The first 6 tonight, we'll pop these packs open. Anything above the 6 will go to Saturday's event. So we got Ron, we got Julia Muse, we got Jim Stone. There's going to be a couple items in here, I think, that are going to blow your mind a little bit. So we do have some new stuff, everybody. So Ron will kick it off. Julia will go in second. Jim Stone with the 2-pack, and it leaves 2 packs left. If we don't get through them, and no worries, we'll just carry over to next week. But Ron, go ahead and pick a number, and then once we get through these 6 packs, I'm going to unveil number 9, and we're going to walk through item by item, scene by scene. So really got a lot of stuff going for you guys tonight. So Ron, give us a number. Hopefully you turn something brand new over that we've never seen before. There are at least 3 new items in here for tonight. So a lot of PDL hype. He's going with number 3. Ron, probably not something that you're going to be particularly excited about, but there's going to be some other people that are super, super excited that it is in the game at this point. So we do have a sleep arrow. First ever for those hunters out there. There you go, Trigger. Trigger, the sleep arrow. So we got chill arrows, we got heal arrows, we got dime detectors. So Ron getting the first ever sleep arrow. You guys will see a little bit more stuff in the very near future. So Julia Muse, get us going. Pick us a number from 1 to 6. You can't get number 3. Those of you just tuning in for the Walking Dead chat, we're going to get through these 6 packs, and then we are going to, there is some great stuff for well, I'm a sniper, so what can I do? Julia Muse picking pack number 2. Pack number 2 is the control smoke. So once again, we got some control smoke. Very good pick. That was in super, super high demand. Bonnie Wright. Oh, Bonnie, there is something here. There's something here, Bonnie, that I really, really want you to get. I hope Bonnie gets this one thing because I know there's something here she needs it. Good evening, Eric Beach. Thanks for being here. All right, everybody, we're sold with all 6. Any additional super chats tonight, we'll go to our big event on Saturday. We've already sold 41. 41, everybody. So I imagine we're going to sell a couple of hundred or so. So, Jim, give us 2 picks and stay away from the pick that Bonnie needs because there's something here tonight that is just, I love it. I absolutely love it. 1 and 5. 1 and 5. So, Jim, number 1, I think you're going to be happy with number 1. That is a meta socket. So, as you get runes, that is going to be something that is certainly going to be in handy. And I think number 5, let me see if you can use it. Oh, man, you cannot. Bonnie, I'm sorry. This would have been perfect. Number 5, I'm going to have to explain it. Okay, this is the first ever of its kind. There will be more of these. And Jim, this is something that, well, it may come in handy for you later on in the game. This is going to be a bionic hand. There are different parts that you'll be able to use. Those of you that rolled low ATTs in the beginning, this is going to add 1 ATT to your base score. So I know, for example, Bonnie was a 3. Bonnie, this would have given you a base. This is not like a necklace. This is bigger. There will be various bionic parts that will be listed throughout the game, and this will allow those of you to increase your base ATT. Jim, you're ATT 6 right now, so you're already maxed. I am going, well, because you're already maxed at ATT 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a multiplier to that at levels later on. So you'll be able to use higher value gear. So it's going to add 1 permanent ATT level. All right, and Bonnie, go ahead and pick next, and then Ron, bring us home, and then let's get to some Walking Dead. Jim, I'll talk to you about this item a little bit more. We may modify it even still to give you an additional bonus. But a lot of people got ATT potions in the beginning, so these are going to be things that are going to give you a little bit of catch-up value in the game. Oh, Bonnie, great pick. This might have been something that Ron would have, well, anybody can use it, but I think Ron was interested in some of this as well. This is a brand new item, everybody. I hope you guys love this. This is Unholy Smoke. So you know how you got a Rage, you got a Control, you got all these buffs. This particular smoke is going to remove any buff that someone is affected by. If someone has a Rage potion and you hit them with Unholy Smoke, Rage is gone. If someone drops a Heal Smoke and you drop this Unholy Smoke, the heal effect is gone. It reverses any effect that is in play. It also will remove elixirs that are used at the beginning of the game. So brand new item, Unholy Smoke. Think of the possibilities of what you can do to control your opponents. And Ron, we're going to bring it home with pack number 4. So Ron, you're getting pack number 4. And a System Restore. Ron, is that your first System Restore? All right, well, I guess you needed that as well. So Ron, System Restore, guess what? Now you don't have that negative ATT bonus. You are going to be back in full effect for this Friday. All right, everybody. That's a little bit of what we got going on. A sneak peek of some of the brand new items. There are more that are going to come out Saturday. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Bionic body parts, Unholy Smoke, brand new arrow tips, new warrior weapons coming out. And as you can see, good stuff. So hopefully everybody is happy with the progress we're making in the game. You guys are phenomenal. Let's get to some Walking Dead. We got Best Scenes Ever, Part 2. I'm going to kick it off with number 9. Some of these were voted on by you guys. If I use your actual suggestions with the Patreons, I do want to say I'm going to give you guys a kills coin. So, Kel, if you can kind of keep up with that. Sasha Walker made the list at number 9. Many of you brought up Sasha last week. This was one of the ones that I know it's a little bit newer than some of the old nostalgia scenes that we saw in the past. But incredible, incredible scene. So just want to let's get a quick pulse of the Walking Dead fans out there. How many people had Sasha in your top 10? Yeah, Amanda, that was pretty incredible. I don't know if you posted that video on the Facebook fan page, but you should post it. It's really, really good. That's like a talking cat. Matthew, best scene ever, Rick bites Joe. I know a lot of people wanted the throat bite. Matthew, we're going to be rolling character soon. Kel, make sure we add Matthew for a super pack coming up on Saturday. Thanks, Matt. And if you guys don't know who Matt is our, I don't want to nickname him the Giant Slayer, but I do have to admit, Matt is the one that took out Tammy Deadly Dimes last night. Our brand new Mashup Monday trivia champion, Matthew, absolutely. The Giant Slayer. I could go with Eminem, Mashup Matthew, the king of Mashup Mondays. Unbelievable. Good performance last night. We'll come up with something. I do kind of like me some Mashup Matthew, though. That it gives the PDL vibe and also gives the, kind of like a never-ending reminder that he won. So, Sasha, a few people had mentioned Sasha. I'm going to move on to number 8. So, number 8, This one for me is very, very memorable. So I'm just going to throw this up there on the screen and see what your reaction is. Now look, when this came out at Comic-Con, there were the naysayers out there, and they said, look, it's Walking Dead. Come on, you got a CGI tiger? But I don't care if it was a CGI tiger. Shiva was amazing. And the introduction, I mean, look, Zeke's got that pose. Remember the Rock in the Road story? Great, great scene. It's going to bring you back. This is going to get us up to number 8. So, and actually, absolutely right. Mariah Campese. Kels, can you give Mariah Campese a Kills coin? Because her suggestion was, now I got to be honest, Mariah, you did suggest about 10, but there was no cap on it. There was no cap on it. But yeah, that was one of Mariah's suggestions on the Patreon fan page. So thank you for that. So we got Kills coins added. You guys might be wondering, like, what is Play Dead Live? What are Dead Dimes? What are Kills coins? Real simple explanation. A Kills coin is like a super chat. So it can only be used on Friday nights. 8 o'clock on Friday night, we all get together. Some people are at the bar and they got us streaming. Some people are doing family things. They got us streaming. Some people are actually tuned in. And what we do is we super chat different topics. And if you super chat, you change the topic. Well, if you earn a Kills coin during the week, you can use that Kills coin to change the topic or draw some information out of someone else. And Dead Dimes, that's our Play Dead Live currency. All right, so now that we've got 2 under our belt, we got about 20% of the scenes. Which streams or which scenes do you think might have made this one? And if you didn't watch last week's, I'll do a countdown of last week's. Daryl and Alpha was number 9. Herschel saving Carl was number 8. Carol and Lizzie was number 7. Daryl with the RPG was number 6. Carl, Rick, and Shane, the death scene. The governor killing Herschel was number 4. Negan lineup 3. Number 2 was Rick walking through the hospital halls, and number 1 was the teddy bear girl. So all of those really good. Had a lot of Daryl last week. Sheila B says Daryl and Rick reunion at the hilltop. That's a strong scene, Sheila B. It's a very strong scene. Is it strong enough to get in today? Well, you'll have to wait for 7 more to see. Amanda says Rick seeing Morgan after he killed Pete. A lot of people saying Rick biting Joe. That's very popular. I mean, he just couldn't take it anymore, right? The throat bite. Can't tell you if it made it or not. But we are going to move to number 7, and this one, I think, absolutely made it. Not today, not tomorrow, but I'm going to kill you. Rick's second promise, not today, not tomorrow, but I'm going to kill you, and he still hasn't carried through on his promise. And there was a lot of stuff that went down with this scene. One was the speech, but number 2, Negan liked Carl, and he was not going to spare Carl. I mean, he was actually going to kill Carl, and then later on, Carl's the one that stopped the war. They kept Carl alive just to kill him 4 or 5 episodes later. So far, if you are just tuning in, well, first of all, you're just tuning in, hit the like button, everybody. We're doing Walking Dead, Best Scenes Ever, Part 2. Last week, we had 9 really, really good ones. We're off to a good start tonight. We've got Sasha Walker, the Zeke introduction, Rick and Negan. And I'm going to give this to... Kels, can we give a Kills coin to Ron, Father Ron? Because he actually mentioned part of the scene that happened later on. So that might show up in a future stream. You guys probably know what I'm talking about, what happened shortly after the bat swung from Negan. But Father Ron was on the right track with this one. So let's give Father Ron a kills coin for the suggestion of this particular instance. All right, this one was very popular last week. I thought we had to add it this week. Some people had this in their top 3. I still don't. It is number 6 this week. But certainly, prepare yourself, everybody. Brace yourself for the Sophia barn scene. Lot of emotion in this. And you know what? There's a lot of sadness in this. Look, we've already got a Sasha Walker. We've got a Sophia Walker. No one on Patreon mentioned this, but many people mentioned it last week. So I wanted to get it added. So look, doesn't have to be in any particular order. This is just my order. But as long as it's in there, we're going to take all of these. I think we said we're going to do, what did we decide on? Did we decide 4 streams and then a final? Is that what we decided to go with last week? Like best scenes ever, part 4, and then we'll do a best scenes ever. Forever, ever? Yeah, forever, ever. I think that's what we decided. Part 5 will be it. 990. We decided on 99. The 99 best scenes of The Walking Dead. Well, you know what? It was cute. It was cute when we suggested it last week because some people thought, well, okay, well, that might mean you have to do a 3-hour stream. Well, if you guys tuned in over the weekend, you found out that we did a 6-hour stream and a 7-hour stream. 2 longest streams in the history of our channel. So if we can do 2 PDL streams that last 13 hours total, I'm pretty sure we can do a top 100 scenes of The Walking Dead that'll last 2 or 3 hours. Thank you so much. Julia said they were great streams. You know what? Our streams this weekend were so intense. I switched from Red Bull Orange Edition to Red Edition. That's what that means it's hardcore. So the Sophia scene, had a lot with, the barn, Herschel's area, the impact, Carol, the emotion Carol went through, Shane's crazy. I mean, there's just so many things that happened wrapped up into that. But The Walking Dead, a few years ago, was not afraid to kill kids. And, what's funny is, like, every year when they do this, and somebody mentioned, like, well, what if Judith dies? And they say, oh, they ain't going to kill kids. And then they say, well, what if RJ? Oh, they're not going to kill kids. Well, so what happened? They didn't get so much lashback on killing Sophia or killing Lizzie that they stopped doing it. They just stopped doing it. Of course they can, Rick Grimes. They absolutely can. They always have. They didn't take their license away and say stop killing. They just didn't do it. There was no boycott of the show. In fact, the show gained popularity when they made bold decisions like this. But people weren't like, hey, I'm out of there. In fact, people were like, whoa, this is crazy. I'm going to watch this show. I know when I watched the show, I didn't think twice about it. I thought it was like, it's a bold move. But I didn't get into like what's politically correct, whether you can have a kid die on television. But this was one of the scenes. The next scene was suggested by our very own Night of the Living Fred. Fred's been a longtime Patreon. Actually popped in and bought some packs for PDL. That was pretty cool over the weekend. So let's give a kills coin to Night of the Living Fred. I don't know if he's going to be on Freestyle Friday, Kel, but we're going to go ahead and add him. This was your suggestion. And coming in at number 5, yeah. It's a revolving door. So how many people had Noah's death in your top 5? I don't think I have this in my overall top 5. But, I mean, certainly we've only got about 15 listed, and it's up there. Hippo says we need a 24-hour PDL pack opening event. You know, Hippo, I got challenged one time to do a 5-hour stream, and I've done it 3 times over the last 2 weeks. 24-hour stream. You know what? I'm sure I could do it. That would be a mega pack event. Let's see. Let's see how the summer goes. Let's see how the summer goes. Let's see how many PDL scenarios. Let's see how many players we have. And that would be like a 1,000 pack opening event. But certainly Noah, I don't have words for the gruesome nature of some of the deaths on The Walking Dead. I just know, as far as deaths go, this one was up there. But some of my top moments aren't deaths. It could be like the aftermath of a death. But I feel like I have to transition a little bit. Because we got Sasha Walker. We got Sophia Walker. We got Noah's death. How about an intro? So I'm going to give a kills coin to the person that can tell me the most epic intro of any character on The Walking Dead. First person that gets it, Kel, is going to get a kills coin. And if you do get it, some people said Negan. Some people said Judith. Johnny Metal. There you go. Johnny Metal is getting that kills coin. Come on, everybody. Was there ever, and she's leaving this season, and I want you guys just to take a moment to appreciate this is a badass. Julia Muse said, my character on PDL is going to be Michonne. I mean, look at this. You got the jaws cut off so you can't be bit, the arms cut off so you can't be grabbed or scratched, 2 chains, and a katana. Maybe you forgot. Maybe you forgot how awesome she was. But you know what? I get a feeling we're going to get a little bit of flashback this season before she leaves. And I, for one, am not happy to see her go. One of the biggest exits ever on the show, if she were to die, which I don't think she will, I've said this several times, it would be the biggest death in the history of The Walking Dead. If someone killed Michonne, it would go down in history up to this point as the most important, biggest death ever on the show. But I don't think it's going to happen. She's too big of a personality, too much story left to tell. No Johnny Metal. That's not what George Drake confirmed. George Drake confirmed that Maggie would come back and exile Michonne. That's a real thing. I'm not making this up. That is a real video. I wish I was joking. Oh, I know you were joking, but I'm being serious. That's the garbage that's out there. Maggie's going to come back and she's going to exile Michonne. Mm-hmm. If Maggie tried to exile Michonne, there would be 2 Michonnes, or 2 Maggies, because that katana would split right in half. Ain't no way Maggie's coming back putting down some law with Michonne. Get out of here. I don't even know how anybody would watch that garbage. But anyway, we're not. So this might not be your favorite, but I am going to give another kills coin. if you can tell me the most controversial scene in the history of The Walking Dead. This is according to me. I mean, everybody's going to have their own controversy. Sorry, I mean, I got to be judge and jury. But tell me the most controversial scene, and then you'll come up with number 3 of best moments of Walking Dead. Lizzie was last week. All good answers. Okay, let me give a follow-up because nobody's gotten it yet. It left a lot of viewers scratching their head when this particular scene happened. It was controversial for the reason a lot of people said it's pretty cheesy. And let's give 2 coins. Goucher said it but didn't quite answer. Hippo was the first person to actually give me the word I'm looking for. But yes, number 3, it's the dumpster scene. The drama around, is Glenn dead? Is he not dead? How do you escape this? This is as weird as when they stand up on top of a car and they can't reach their legs on the car. So Rick and Michonne were on top of a car and the walkers never reached them. Morgan was on top of a car on Fear the Walking Dead for several hours with the radio, and the walkers never reached him. He finally jumped, right? And John and June were on top of a car, and the walkers never reached him. I mean, it only takes a few walkers. I've seen... How did the walkers not turn the dumpster over? I mean, there's so many things that they could have done here. But it was, in my mind, the most controversial scene. There were people who quit the show after this episode. There are many people that said, that's enough, I can't watch this show anymore. I was not one of them. But they felt like it was just a little too fake, get people talking, and then bring it back. Of course, we are watching a fake show anyway. And by fake, I mean the odds of it happening, but you get the point. We complain about how unreal that a unreal show is at times. Chip says, Kills, you sound great in my new AirPods Pro. You know what? Ben, are you listening to me with Who's listening with AirPod Pro? I'm just curious. Man, if I sound that good, I might listen to myself with AirPod Pros. Is it infomercial smooth, Ben? Chip? Like I could be selling you something? All right. Well, hey, you know what? This segment of History of the Walking Dead Best Scenes Ever Made Part 2 is brought to you by Apple AirPods Pro. When you need kills to come through loud and clear, you need AirPod Pro in your ear. Boom! There you go. I just freestyled it, brought it together. Apple, call me. I just sold at least one AirPod Pro. Probably didn't sell a complete set. I might have only sold one. It might have been a replacement for somebody that lost one. But I still think I might have I think I just made a sell. All right, we're going to move forward. This is number 3. The next two are really, really good. And they could have been included last week. So I'm going to ask you, take a guess here. Who thinks that they know best scenes ever number 2? Best scenes ever number 2. A lot of people want that Rick throat scene. I know you guys love that scene. I do have to tell you, it's not in here. Because people are going to keep saying, is it number 2? It's number 1. I think it will get added. But I got a feeling that when you see these other two, you're going to say, okay, yeah, let's save the Rick throat bite for later on. All right, I'm going to give you number 2. You know what, Crystal? That's not it either. This is number 2 for this week. Come on. You guys know. There it is. Where's Jamie C? Good job, Jamie C. I mean, that face. That face says so much. The group, they were done. They were toast. And Carol showing up at Terminus to save the group, looking all Rambo-like. This is when Carol was Carol. Gosh, she was so good then. Now she's set on revenge. She's running after Alpha. She's getting them stuck in caves. She's making bad decisions. So, what do you guys think? You guys think number 2 deserves to be a true number 2 or a top 5 or something? Is this scene possibly going to make it to our final 10 on the very last day? What do you guys think? You guys think this scene and then everything that followed? All right. The number 1, first of all, let me go back through my top 3 from last week. So last week's top 3. The Negan lineup, I brought in at number 3. Some people had it at number 1. I won't argue that, but that was my number 3. Number 2 was Don't Open Dead Inside. Just the mental image, the amount of memes that are out there. Number 2, Rick walking through the hospital in the gown. That's always going to be something. When I think of Walking Dead, that's like the first picture that pops in my mind. So that's always going to be up there for me. And number 1, we debated a little bit back and forth. Matthew says, how about Rick and Morgan killing the saviors in the bar? Matthew, I'm not going to disagree that that's a good scene. But Morgan and Rick in a bar compared to Teddy Bear Girl, I mean, the pilot Teddy Bear Girl, I'd say Morgan and Rick in a bar is going to be nowhere close to that. Look, it's something we can discuss, but I don't think it's going to be something that's going to get you a number 1 or a number 2 or a number 3. I don't think Morgan and Rick in a bar is going to be even close to the Negan lineup. I don't think Morgan and Rick in a bar is going to be anywhere near Rick in the hospital. So certainly good, but when we start narrowing these down, good isn't great. And we're going to start getting to great. So this particular scene that I have at number 1 tonight, many of you are going to see it, and you're going to say, that's my number 1. I know for a fact, many of you are it's going to hit you like a brick wall, There's a lot of good stuff out there. I get it. Rick Rebar, the Pike scene, all of those things. But this one is tonight's number one, and we're going to talk about it a little bit because some of you mentioned it last week. So prepare yourself for a little bit of the shock, a little bit of the emptiness. And tonight's number one is certainly one of the most moving scenes in the history of The Walking Dead. And that was after this scene just kind of freezes you, right? Not just Daryl, but, look at Carol. This breaks your heart. The way all of that went down. And then, the second part of that, Maggie's reaction was just as epic as what's going on there. You think Daryl and you think that Carol are bringing it. Maggie's reaction to it was what Ron just went super beast mode on the Pax. Wow. All right. And you know what, Ron? He got me away from Beth, too. I'm going to read this because when this happens from time to time, I am just extremely humbled by you guys showing up and all the stuff you guys do and the participation and everything. Wow. So Ron super chatting, and this is a super red super chat. Before we get to the number one pick, which we're already there, Ron, but I personally want to thank Kills for the record streams this weekend, the countless hours spent on PDL. Let's donate to the kittens and get me a PDL box. So, Ron, I think, Kel, is that the first ever complete PDL box that we've reserved? I think it is. I think we've had packs that equaled a box, but I don't think anyone's ever purchased a complete box at once. Kel's got my ledger, so I want to... Okay, I'm pretty sure it is. So, this is what we're going to do for the complete box. So if we open 3/4 of a box and there's 1/4 of a box left, we're not doing that. So Ron is going to get to pick whatever box number he wants to pick. If we have 10 boxes, I'm going to ask Ron, I'm going to say, Ron, pick your box number, and part of the pack opening we're going to do on Saturday is we're going to do a Father Ron pack opening. Father Ron box opening. So I would say we probably have about 3 boxes already sold. So if we sell 9 boxes or 10 boxes, then we're just going to have... I'm speechless right now. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that. And more than the box, the comment is absolutely brilliant. So before we get back to Beth, how many people were here during the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, popped into one of our streams and saw some of the interaction? Okay, and one last question with PDL. How many people have not played Play Dead Live yet, but are getting a little bit interested and might show up and start playing this weekend? Well, you know what? I don't know what to say. I mean, all I can say is that I've got a tremendous group of people. If you guys are here for The Walking Dead and you don't see the excitement with these players, and I'm gonna address something in a minute because I don't want to just kind of stifle The Walking Dead, but Cardinal Crawfish. Well, where do we go from here? Taco time is now burrito time. Was yesterday, and hot sauce the rest of the way. I don't have the 150 option. Well, you know what? So, we're going to do this. Crawfish does not have the 150 option, so let's take it up for a quick vote, and I think this will pass really quick. Anybody opposed to Crawfish adding his packs together and saying that's the second official box that we just sold? So we just sold a box to Ron and a box to Crawfish. I don't think we're going to get any resistance with that. So right now what I have on Saturday is 2 complete boxes reserved. One for Ron and one for Crawfish. So, and we have a lot of fun opening the boxes, guys. I mean, it's a ton. The interaction. Last week turned into a rap battle. Jason Moonshot. Super chat. Jason says, where did Jason go? That should get extra points for Father Ron for playing his character out of the game. Oh, he's talking XP now. Great suggestion. I've given experience points out a couple times, but not this time. The gesture alone is phenomenal. And Ron is, I feel like Ron's going to earn some experience points pretty quickly. Mariah Campese, Father Ron, I have a confession to make. Here it is. You're awesome and absolutely right. Thank you, Kills Mods, for all you do. Much love to all. Now, that Mariah Campese is going to get 15 experience points out of game for that. I mean, she just made a confession to the PDL priest. Boom. There you go, Kel. We're going to add 15 experience points for Mariah. I like that. And a kills coin. That was a good super chat. So, very good work, everybody. Thank you so much. I can't say enough, appreciate everything that you guys do. We are going to have an absolute blast. If you guys don't know what PDL is, hang out with us Friday night, play the game. Then Saturday, I'm going to be streaming at 10 a.m. Saturday morning, probably for anywhere between. All right, come on, guys. I'm going to turn as red as those numbers right there. I'm blushing. I swear, I'm like blushing behind a microphone. Bonnie, right, picking up the 3rd pack. Well, shucks, what is it worth to my fellow? It's up to cover me to play Dead live and be available for some of Saturday. I'm speechless with you guys. Bonnie, thank you so much. We just picked up another box, so our 3rd box, guys. And Heart of Nixie says it'll be a 24-hour stream. And I'm going to go back to all 3 of these super chats and start with Ron. Because Ron actually hit something on the head here, and I want you guys to know. Let's donate to the kittens and get me a pee. That might go under the radar, but if you guys don't know, I absolutely and that's. Can you hear little Gabe in the background? Oh, you know what? I think Gabe heard the super chat, so that's my little man. But thank you so much, Ron, for it will absolutely go to fantastic causes, and we got a great group of people that support the game as well. All right. No more surprises. I'm gonna jump back into this stream. I will touch on a little bit of Play Dead Live, A ton of packs sold tonight. You guys are absolutely wonderful. We might end up preparing 15 boxes, but the record for our pack openings was 300, and I think we're certainly going to beat the 300 packs. And we're going to have a whole lot more inventory and a whole lot more really, really awesome items for you guys. And a great story on Friday night. More importantly than anything else, the story is going to take a severe turn. But I can't tell you. That's the hardest part about writing it and wanting to get everybody to play. It's like I want you guys to know the story and be involved in it and see all the connections between it. Because this is going to be... I have 6 months worth of scenarios already planned out for the group. And a couple ideas beyond those 6 months. But you're going to see the connection, each different phase of the story, how it develops and some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Like, there's some mysteries to it. So some you guys are going to find out. Some you're going to have to dig a little bit harder. Cardinal Crawfish. You know what's funny is we got like battling priest here. I just noticed like the first pack was a priest and the first box was a priest in the second one. So Crawfish picking up another 4-pack. I will not shower my blessings over all the mods. Patreon. Okay. He's kind of doing it and not doing it. Crawfish, I will not shower. Wait. I said not. I will now shower my blessings over all the mods, Patreons, all silver sponsors, green sponsors, super chats, and all the army. I pour out my blessings and love for the survivors. And now dead in the PDL universe. Very well done. So, Crawfish, that was hard for me to read all that. And hold on. You know what? I'm gonna bring Gabe in here because Jim just super chatted another ton of packs. So I love good calls, and animals need all the love and support. So hold on one second. I'm gonna pause you guys. So if you guys are watching and you tuned in for the best scenes ever, sometimes we get off track, and PDL is always going to get us off track, but more than anything, my little kitten's going to get us off track. So hold on one second. I'm going to have Gabe jump in here because a lot of people are making animal and kitten donations. So hold on. All right, so you guys probably have seen tons of pictures of this little guy. He's the he purrs like mad. So there's 3. Gabby is she's becoming like the little sassy girl. Grayson is just like a gentle giant. So he could absolutely spank the other 2 if he wanted to, but he's very laid back. And Gabe, he was never a runt. But he's the smallest of the 3, but he's the most rambunctious. He's the one that'll like push them out of the way if he wants their food. So I kind of allow him to be a little bit of a bully. I know it sounds a little weird, but I do it because I don't want Grayson to sort of, go off on him one day. So Gabe's the one you see in most of the pictures. Anytime there's a camera or a phone or anything near, well, I don't know if anybody ever uses a camera anymore, but you get the point. He pauses, so he's very super photogenic. Unbelievable little guy. But, yeah, I was very, very lucky to get all 3 of these guys because there was a group of 9, and they were all named G's. There was a Giselle, there was a Gregory, and for some reason, well, if you guys don't know the whole story, now that we got so many people in here donating and they know my love for animals. So I'll finish the story. Jim, thank you so much. That super chat is absolutely amazing. And then a follow-up super chat too. Jim said, love my sweet dogs that are rescues from SPCA. And Mariah Campese, Bonnie, Father Ron's our priest that makes you are head none. Another confession to make. We love you, and you're just as awesome. Thank you for everything you do, especially the other night, Army and the 3Gs. So I don't want to get like super sentimental, but those that have watched for a long time, I did take some time off last year when Morris died. I found Morris out by by a swimming pool. Really hot day, and he was. When I took him to the vet, they said don't get used to him. He probably won't make it past the weekend. So he lived 5.5 years. Still an early death, but he died right before New Year's Eve last year, and it was sudden. And the very next day on New Year's Eve, I was heartbroken, and I went to the animal shelter, and they were closed. And I went to PetSmart, and they were closed. And I ended up going to Humane Society, and they were supposed to close at 12:30. And I got there about 12 o'clock, and they gave me a tour, and I saw these three guys, and just fell in love with them right away. And I think part of it was Morris, and part of it was the three of them. But there was a litter of 9 eventually, and I have no idea why these 3 were not adopted. Blew my mind. And I told them, I said, I want to take them home now. And they said, well, there's a process. So I was like, well, what do I do? How much do I pay you? Can I avoid this process? And I told her the story about Morris, and she said, I think we can speed up this process a little bit. Come back. They were closed on New Year's, and she said, come back on January 2nd. So on New Year's, I actually, at the Humane Society, they had a window room, and I drove up to the window on New Year's, and I just interacted with them outside. So I don't know. I haven't told you guys the whole story, but I spent about an hour just kind of hanging out with them and talking to them. And then I showed up as soon as they opened on January 2nd, and I took them home that evening. So, yeah. And love them to death. They are phenomenal. They're mini humans. I don't know what else to say. So, yeah, that's what we do here. So Johnny says, Kills, are you a dog person? Johnny, I can be honest, I never was a dog or a cat person. I think that's why when I started making the connection and then the things that I want to do to help with pet rescue and donations that I make, I think it's because I didn't for a long time. I just didn't understand I knew people loved pets. I never had the time for it. So I got a lot of time to make up for. A lot of lost time. All right, hold on one second, okay? So, and as typical of some of our streams, people are going to watch the playback, and you're always going to have your trolls out there. You're going to have people that make comments, and I had it when we were gaming, and I had it on this. But if you guys don't know what our group is about, it is about The Walking Dead, and it is about Play Dead Live, and it is about things that we all share and interact. I mean, that's what our group, that's what the 999 Army is all about. We've had streams where, as I said, this weekend we started out with a pack opening, and it turned into like a rap battle between Will the Bill and Crawfish and Ocean Man and Tommy, and it was very casual, and every, that's the way you grow a family. I got a couple more super chats that I want to read in here too, because you guys are amazing. Jim Stone, hope you still like me after I confess I'm allergic to cats. No, do you believe it? You believe in miracles? I'll tell you something else that's very, very strange. And Amy Bones Ferreira, for all the cats and dogs waiting for homes. So let me say 2 things. One, if you have, I'm not telling you what to do, but if you have a void in your life and you have never been close to pets, and you have the time to and the energy to pour into them, and I don't mean take them home. I mean build a bond with those pets. your life will change. If you don't have time to do it, please don't. Leave them for people that do, because pets should not be neglected. If you take them home and love them like your kids. So Jim, similar to what you just said, I'm allergic to ragweed and I'm allergic to cats. So if you don't believe in miracles, I went in and, anybody ever had like a allergy test where they poke you with a little pin and see what swells up? So we got crawfish. All of my furry kids have come from the animal shelters. Love you, brother, and I'm proud to be able to contribute where I can to help another future adopter of furry children. I think I'm going to end up with more pretty soon. 3 is a hand. I've never had 3 before. 1 was pretty awesome, and now 3, and it's going to grow. So if you've never had one of those tests, I'm allergic to ragweed and I'm allergic to cats. My whole arm swelled up with cats. And that's why I was a little afraid with Morris. And something changed after Morris. Like, I used to be not sensitive, but I couldn't eat hot food. I'm not going to give you guys but I could eat hot food and just my whole face would turn red. But something just changed with the allergies went away. I'm not allergic to cats anymore. I can eat anything spicy. It was just a super weird time. It's almost like my whole metabolism just flip-flopped. And now I'm not allergic to, I haven't went back in to see if I'm still allergic to cats, but I'm not allergic to these cats. So, yeah. Pretty wild stuff. Well, I didn't know that was good. Ron, see what you started? It's like Ron started this thing, and then this is turned into the best scenes ever from The Walking Dead to Play Dead Live to a whole bunch of boxes to a very emotional story to seeing some of what you guys do as well. Cardinal crawfish adopting from the shelter as well. And, maybe we can do some good. Like a little bit more good. Or use this platform. I mean, obviously you guys are making tremendous donations and I can tell you it's all going to great use. I can also say that people are watching the playback of this. Hopefully our platform moves them and makes a difference with them as well. Even if something is as simple as go out, find a pet that you bond with, take it home, and love it like it's your child. Hey, Deidre, thank you so much, Deidre Perkins, for your cats, for the spirit of all the animals suffering from the Australia bushfire. Yeah, that is very difficult. Every time I see an article and I see the devastation with that, it absolutely crushes me. Yeah, I don't have any words for that. I try not to. I know it's a reality, but I try not to think about all the loss because it's heart-wrenching. Crawfish, Jim, through the power of my prayers, I give you the power to overcome your allergy to cats. The power I give you will also cause you to survive this Friday night. Well, there's things that I want to tell you guys about Friday night because I know that you think it's going to go a certain way. Thank you, Goucher. And look, I'm not trying to make it too emotional. It's just very uplifting, and I still am not over Morris. I mean, I don't think I ever will be. But here's the thing. I don't compare like amount of love. All I know is that these 3 deserve to be loved as much as Morris was loved. And you guys have been here for several years. I had people message me and said, I have never seen anyone, like he was my little soulmate. And he would sit there literally on my lap during videos. So he was almost always there to every video. And I think that's an unfair comparison when you lose something. But it's also unfair to these guys to think like, okay, well, there's some void that they can't fill. No, they will fill those voids, but it doesn't replace anything. But you just start to appreciate their personalities. And man, and Amanda, I don't know if Amanda Tomlin's still here, but she sent me a video today. And it was her mom's cat talking to another cat. And it just, to hear the tone and the meow and everything, it sounds like a baby. So if she posts that on the Facebook fan page, it's amazing. Listen to it. I showed it to a couple people earlier, and they were like, "Wow, that's a cat," and I was like, "Yeah, it's unbelievable." So, and if you guys really, really want to dig down, when we talked about 999, well, part of the reason why I set up this channel was because I enjoyed broadcasting, and I was there with Morris every time I was doing it. So I mean, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we don't talk about, but it's there. Busy Bee, thank you so much. And Busy Bee, we're going to open some packs on Saturday. So Kel has a pretty substantial ledger at this point. So we're going to there's a whole lot of contributions, and there's going to be a whole lot of packs. So we're going to make sure we reward all those players, and they get some good in-game items. And the nice thing about that, we're like doing triple duty. So a lot of people are donating, and that's going to go to Pet Rescue. And then I'm going to create a whole lot of neat in-game elements, and that's going to go back to those players. And if you want to take it a third level, a lot of those players are sharing some of those items with other players. So there's a whole lot of kind of pay it forward that goes on in our group. And ultimately, it comes back to PDL and what we're doing. Ron, Super Chat Skills. I never meant to change the time of this stream, but you wanted to show love, and thank you for our Super Chat. Ron, I can't thank you enough for what you mean to this channel, for one. Your friendship, number two, and the way you play that character. Like, there's very few people I've seen to actually jump in to a role-playing character and just own it. And Ron absolutely owns it. Crawfish as well, Deadly Dimes, Bones, many of you, J-Law the Wall. I mean, I've seen some of you guys, Crystal Newfield, Heart of Nixie. You guys that are playing, check them out. We've got some really, really good players. And Cardinal, whoa, I never knew you were a cat person. I will offer my services to Kristen, your cats. Yep. Cardinal is a good dude. So I'm going to, I mentioned this to the mods this morning. And I guess we'll close with this. We got a lot of super chats, and I don't want this to be, I want it to be uplifting. So please don't take this message as the wrong message. What if, this is a big what if, we have 3 more years in the Walking Dead universe? What if there's 2 years of the show, and there's Fear the Walking Dead, and the main TV show has 3 more years? Okay, well, first of all, some people are saying yes. But if you think about it, it's pretty sad. See, when I think about that, I think about like, well, wait a minute. There's so many people that just get excited about the show, and so many relationships and connections and all those things. And The Walking Dead brings people together in a way that other shows don't. We've tried with other shows, right? I mean, whether it's The Witcher or whether it's Fear the Walking Dead. I mean, we tried. And it just is not the same as The Walking Dead. And some people, I get it. Some people says I'd be okay with that. And Heart of Nixie, that's the point. That's exactly what I want to say. Is Heart of Nixie says, and it's not me. She said, you've built a lot of other fun things to do here. So I haven't built a lot of fun things to do here. You guys have built a lot of fun things to do here. Part of the reason why we do trivia is because if The Walking Dead ended in 3 years, I love this group. And I love the connection with this group. And part of the reason why we do Freestyle Friday is because I love the connection with this group. And my message to the mods this morning was, we will have other shows and we'll have other things to talk about. But the importance of Play Dead Live, the importance to connect with a group of people that can game together and can write their own story. I'm not saying we're The Walking Dead. I'm not being silly and saying that we compete with that. What I'm saying is, if we have 200, 300, 400 loyal players that are playing this game for a year, 2 years, 3 years, developing it, changing it, making memories, whether they're silly, something to laugh about, something to argue about, something to accomplish together. If we can keep that network, this group will last beyond the TV show. If the TV show were to end in 3 years, that's the connection. I played games with people that we were in guilds, and after 2 or 3 years, you never interact with those people again. This is different. And this group is different. And if you don't see that from the super chats, and I'm not saying it's just monetary. I'm saying if you don't see that from how people give, and it's not just the super chats, it's the super chats. I've seen you guys buy 10 packs and give 10 packs to somebody else that just wants to play the game. It's pretty moving stuff. Crawfish says, well, I guess I'll have to binge watch all the episodes of Smurf to keep the channel going. The Smurf reboot, I guess we could do it. So my last challenge for each and every one of you. Maybe it's going to sound a little corny to people that have not played Play Dead Live since October. Or maybe it's going to sound a little bit corny to people that are just watching a Walking Dead stream and they don't understand the pack openings and the inventory and the items and all those things because they haven't given it a chance. So what I'm going to say, play your character like you are a character on The Walking Dead. Play it like people are watching you. Because people are watching you. Your average view back just of the Play Dead Live, we're getting about 1,000 people that don't even play the game that are watching you guys play the game. That's cool. There's people out there trying to get 100 views. We're not talking about Walking Dead content. I'm talking about a game we invented, and they know who a Cardinal Crawfish is, and they know who a Father Ron is, and a Tommy the Tank, and a Deadly Dimes. That's one of the reasons why I want to put all the nicknames up on the Facebook page today, is people are going to tune in and watch on a Friday night, and they want to see what a gemstone does. Is gemstone going to get some bats stuck in her hair? Or is Will the Bill going to hammer something and blow himself up? Those are the things that I want people to watch, and I want them to know who you guys are. Deadly Tammy Dimes. Super chatting. Absolutely love this army. No matter where it takes us, I'm in. And Tammy, I'm along for the ride with you guys. Whatever we can talk about and get together and have a good time. But gaming is unique and gaming is special. And if we can game and tell a zombie story, and there's an interesting dynamic behind it, and I've seen some of the strategies and complexities and all of the things that you guys have already started to do, whether it's problem solving or finding ways to trip somebody up or super chat and slow them down. There's just a lot of fun competition. Gemstone, I know this is your channel, Kills, but this is also our channel. We're responsible for the channel's culture as individuals. Oh, there's no doubt about it. Not my channel at all. If I don't have people engaged in this channel, if we don't have people that support this channel, there is no channel. And I just like putting the Patreons' names up there, or the channel members, or you guys that super chat, you guys that show up. Maybe you don't. Maybe financially people can't afford to support the channel. No problem. People are going to do what they can do. But there's a lot of people that are here every single night. There's people that are watching the ads. There's people that are creating conversation. There's people that are sending me pictures of places that they think would be good for a Play Dead Live. There's people that'll hear a spoiler and send it to me. It's like, Kills, did you see this yet? Or, there's something else out there. And I think you guys kind of know my sense of humor or my sarcasm a little bit by now. On a personal level, if I saw George Drake, I'd probably buy him a beer, go up and give him a hug. On a professional level, it's a lot of fun to pick on people that clickbait, and I don't mean anything personal by it. It's just something that you see it and you get fired up. It's not personal, and because I don't want people to read between the lines and not understand me. I have a very a very dry sense of humor. But certainly I love to have a lot of fun with it as well. So I got a couple more chats in here. We got Ben the Tin Man. We could also create a rewatch schedule of The Walking Dead and do it season by season together while creating our new stories of PDL. Absolutely, Ben. Well, look, we do comic reads, and I'm a few years behind on the comics. Just getting up to like 122, getting through All Out War. We're doing best of, and we got great audience and nostalgia from the history of The Walking Dead. And we're also adding, look at what we added tonight. We're adding bionic body parts and unholy smoke and custom arrows, meta sockets, things that you guys are already coming up with strategies and how to combine the two and what you're going to do to, who's going to team up. We got people talking outside a game talking about, hey, I need you on my group, or well, what if we do this? What if we do that? There's real-time conversation going on with your strategies. So thank you so much. Appreciate that. And I'm going to close it with Mariah Campese super chat. Kills, we're always 999. And she just went, always and forever. There you go. Figured I'd take you home with a song, everybody. I am humbled. I would say I'm speechless, but yeah, I've talked for 7.5 hours. I think I only get temporarily speechless, just for a couple of minutes, and then I talk for a long time. J Law the Wall. Rob Kirk made The Walking Dead. Kills made our. Come on, guys. You guys make this family. You guys make this group. And I am proud to be here each and every day. I messaged Kels right before the stream, and I said, I like just jumping on and doing the 6:30 stream so people have a little bit of extra time. And I am absolutely putting between 50 and 60 hours a week into Play Dead Live. And I enjoy every second of it, because as we get closer and closer, it's like, I guess that's what it feels like if you're a professional football player, when you get ready to go out and play the Super Bowl. When you create an adventure or you create something and you got people ready to go through it, I get kind of like those butterflies, like, all right, we'll see. Let's see if they're going to solve this problem. Let's see if they're going to pick this up. And when there's a new item, I get pretty excited about that too. Like, not just how you guys react to the item, but how you're going to use the item. When people started using smoke last week, like clone smoke, I was like, yes, that's it. Now they're getting creative. Now they're getting that element to see how all these things are going to work. Tomorrow night, we will be streaming at 9:30 tomorrow night with the Walking Dead topic. We will also be streaming Thursday night. And Friday night, we're going to be doing Play Dead Live. So what can Kills take us down to Kitty Dice City? Take me down to Kitty Dice City where the cats are clean and the cats are pairing. Oh, won't you please take me home? Oh, I'll stick to YouTube broadcasting instead of trying to make music out of super chats. So let's do something official. I'm going to answer 5 questions, or try to answer 5 questions about Friday, the Asylum Part 3. How many, J-Law says, how many people have you killed? On Warcraft, 240,000 PvP. How many walkers? Not as many. They don't have to be just questions. I mean, I'll answer, Tommy. They don't have to be questions for me. They can be questions about... They can be questions about the scenario. I don't know if I can answer all of them. What are my 3 favorite moments from PDL? Wow, that's tough. I'd have to... One of my favorite moments, if I go, is from the Asylum. The puzzles and everybody's reaction to the puzzles, I think that's probably one of my favorite. After that, I'd say when we went back in time, the first interaction with the walker, that was one of my favorite as well. And I think this Friday, and I can't tell you yet, something's going to happen this Friday that's going to be my favorite. I think Deborah Cox kicking them in the spinach when we had the PvP. And then the hand-to-hand combat, I think it was between you and Will, Tommy. How that fight played out. With kind of the sand in the eyes. I mean, stuff like that where people are strategizing. I love Heart of Nixie. Wait. Hang on, was it Heart of Nixie? Heart, was that you or was it Crystal? Who was fighting Will the Bill? In the duels. Yeah. Heart of Nixie fighting Will the Bill. I mean, the strategy with that, like people just learning it for the first time and how creative they're going to be, those moments always, they make it worthwhile. Got Crawfish. If I hit up, up, down, left, right, right, start, will it take me to the exit of the asylum? No, but I think what it'll do if you throw the javelin in summer games, if you throw it really, really high, it'll hit one of the birds and then it'll bring it down. You guys remember that? Like, it was some cheat code. It might have been a Nintendo Summer Games. And I think it was the javelin toss. But you had to throw it like at a certain angle, and then it hit a bird and brought a bird down. I mean, there's some violent stuff back then. Games are crazy. All right. That was the Contra. So, questions for Friday night. I'll answer a couple more and then we'll wind this thing down. As I said, if you ask something's going to give it away a little bit too much, then I'm not going to answer. Will we meet the other group Friday? I can't answer. I'm going to pull a Scott Gimple on you guys. Some will. Yeah. There will be some interactions. Gina Crockett, are we doing freestyle first? Bonnie, Friday going to cost me 7 nights of lunch, still negotiating Saturday. Well, I hope you can be here Saturday, Bonnie, at least for a little bit. Or, if not, pop in. We're going to try to extend it to where if I need to start a little bit earlier, I guess I can. And once again, you guys, my expectation isn't everybody's here the whole time. That'd be a little bit silly. I have to be here the whole time. I've sort of booked it. But, yeah, if you guys can hang out for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, some people, if you hang out the whole time, awesome. Maybe we'll do like a marathon. Anybody that is available the whole time, maybe I'll do something kind of unique for you guys too. I still got to get everybody smoked for this week. Gina, we are doing Freestyle Friday at 8 o'clock. So we're not going to stop doing Freestyle Friday. One, I love it. Number two, it's a continuous way to introduce players to the game as well. We continue to hang out and we'll get some of our Walking Dead fans, some of our regular viewers in there, and it's hard for, I think, all of us to get together without at least dropping the PDL name. Like, hey, you guys playing or what's going on? And we picked up a couple new players from that. And if nothing else, we picked up a few people watching. So not everybody has to play. And I don't think there's any way I could accommodate 1,000 players right now anyway. There's going to be some things that we're going to do later on to be able to accommodate more of those people. But there's nothing wrong with having 50 or 60 that play and 1,000 that watch. So great questions. All right, so Friday night, we will finish the Asylum. The only thing I can tell you to prepare yourself is your consumable items, and especially the smoke that you guys got for attending the streams last week. Use your items. There are going to be some special rewards. There's going to be some additional challenges. For many of you, there's going to be some individual challenges for some of you that are going to play out really, really cool. And then once we get through, it might be a little bit longer than 11, might be 11:15. So if we have to extend it 10 or 15 minutes. But the story is going to transition to the next phase. And then on Saturday morning, we will, at various times, we're going to recap a little bit of what happened. We're going to talk about what you guys liked. And then we're going to talk about where it takes you next, which is what I'm super, super excited about. So, all right, everybody, let's wind this thing down. I'm going to go hang out with the 3Gs. I'm going to go feed them, chase them around the house, do all kind of cool stuff. And then I'm going to work on some inventories. Tomorrow, we will be back there's no early stream tomorrow or Thursday because I'm going to be working on your inventories. We will be streaming Walking Dead Topic tomorrow night at 9:30. Also Thursday night at 9:30. And we'll be doing 2 streams on Friday night, Freestyle Friday at 8. And then, of course, our Play Dead Live at 9:15. So thanks for everything that you guys do. Big shout out to all of our Patreons. We have a ton of Patreons. If you guys are interested in becoming a Patreon, there's a link down below. A lot of cat pictures, a lot of polls, a lot of surveys. But I take a lot of pride in putting that big board up on there before every video of all those names that have been here for a long time. So thank you. PDL sponsors, that's the groups in the top right-hand corner. We're going to be mailing out our boxes in March. So real live trading cards for our PDL sponsors. That's on the Patreon channel as well. PDL sponsors are bringing this game to you guys, as well as the super chatters and the people buying the packs. So it is down in the description somewhere. It's in there somewhere. But that is the patrons. Of course, the green team has the emojis. So the green team can do me a big favor. Can you guys flash the Crystal Singer chick? Also, Kimberly M. And also our man Crawfish up there. We got 3 super fans for the month of January. I am going to be switching it up for February. So we'll have a brand new super fan. And also, the mods did unbelievable work this weekend. I mean, they were here 15, 20 hours just like me. So shout out to Kel, to Julia, to Amy, to Ben, and to Tommy. Just like each and every one of you, they work, man. We're messaging back and forth. So great group, and they build this family. And how about all the super chatters, all the people supporting the game? And the last shout out I want to do for each and every one of you, do me a favor. Everybody type 999. I know we don't do this as much as we used to because we have a lot more people. But something I like to do at the end of every video, just to shout out everybody I can. So J Law the Wall, thanks for being here. Busy B, Lynn Nesvick, Football Master, I can't say it, Deadly Dimes, Gina Crockett, Julia Muse, Rick Grimes, Tommy the Tank, Isola Chafin, thank you. I see you, Isola. Thanks for being here. Ron Burgundy Moore, Johnny Price, Tammy Hill, thank you, Tammy. Lynn Nesvick, Diana C. Amazing group of people, incredible support. Bonnie Wright, thank you so much. Picking up another box. Sold a ton of boxes today, everybody. Get here for that pack opening. I think, Kel, we might have already sold 10 boxes. I haven't even done the math, but I think we might have already beat our record, and we're not even on Saturday yet. James Kelly, thank you so much. Jim Kelly, appreciate you, man. Brad M., pleasure as always. Ocean Man. Julie J., thank you so much, Julie J. Heart of Nixie, thank you. Appreciate you. And if I'm reading these and I ever miss you guys, then it's not intentional. It's just a lot of things rolling up at the same time. Samantha Coombs, thank you. Appreciate you being here. Northside Queen. And my last ploy, my last request for you guys, play Friday night. Just hang out with us. Just give it a shot. You don't have to be front and center at the beginning. You might be helping somebody else. Or if you're a little apprehensive, show up and watch, and then gradually get yourself into the game, because I really believe that you'll enjoy it. I think once you're part of it, it'll be casual. You don't have to be an expert at it. Everybody's going to make mistakes. So thanks, everybody. I'll see you all tomorrow night at 9:30. Have a good one. Peace.